So I'm back with you in my new Kubota hat because I had to make a run to the Kubota dealer yesterday. If you'll remember our last video, I told you about the axle seal coming out, and we lost a whole lot of hydraulic fluid, and so we repaired that. We filled it back up with hydraulic fluid. That has worked out just fine. The seal is holding. We've not lost any more fluid, so that's great. But what I didn't share with you is a mistake that I made in the type of hydraulic fluid that I picked up. The hours of the Kubota dealership are not always as convenient as your local tractor store, Tractor Supply, Rural King, and those sort of things. And I actually needed to get this thing back on the, well, not on the road, but get it back in service so that I could get my yard mowed. So I ran to Rural King and I grabbed a 5-gallon bucket of this 334 hydraulic fluid right here. It was like 35 bucks, which should have been my first clue that it's probably not compatible with my machine. But I really just didn't think anything about it. I thought hydraulic fluid's what I need, so I grabbed a bucket, brought it home, poured it in it, and mowed my yard. But I got to thinking about it, and I thought I better check and see what it calls for and find out if this stuff is okay to be running in it. If you look at the container on this bucket, it actually says right on it, not recommended for equipment manufactured after 1974. So that rules us out. There's several reasons why this hydraulic fluid is not up to standards for running in your newer equipment. The main reason being that it's not designed for the wet clutches and wet brake systems and all, from what I understand, and it can cause damage to those components. So I'm going to get that fluid out. I had put 3 quarts probably to a gallon in it to get this filled up, so I'm going to go ahead and drain it out. I went ahead and got me a new filter. It's not due for a fluid change until 400 hours, and we are at 278 hours right now. But I'm just going to go ahead and change it and be safe. I definitely don't want to do anything that's going to shorten the life of my tractor. Paid a lot of good money for it, so that's what we're going to do today, and I'm just going to share the process of changing that fluid with you. So we're going to pull it in the garage. We'll get the old fluid drained out, and we got 3 gallons of Super UDT2, which is what's recommended for these. We picked this up at Kubota, and I picked up 3 gallons of Super UDT2, and the filter cost me $107. So if I had done that to begin with, then I wouldn't have wasted the $35 on this junk. And you know, but it is what it is. I went to the Kubota dealer. I kind of told them what I was doing, and this is what they recommended as well, and they gave me a couple free hats, so you can't beat that. I actually I bought this tractor from Davis Equipment in Ashland, Kentucky, and they've been great to deal with. They delivered it for me for free when I bought it, and I've not had to take it back in for any service. Most of my basic stuff I take care of myself. I'm actually planning on doing a video of all of the things that I've had to repair on this and the things that have broken since I've put 277 hours on it, because there have been several things, but they're all kind of basic wear and tear type things that I don't really figure, 1, would be covered under warranty, and 2, I figure it's just mainly because of how I use the equipment anyway. So nothing that I'm upset about, but I've had to make repairs, and so I'm going to kind of put together a video where I share all those things coming up here in the future. So if you've not already subscribed, be sure and go down there and hit that subscribe button. Usually about 60 to 80% of my viewers are not subscribed, and it would help me out a lot if you would subscribe, because it's going to help me build my channel and grow my channel. But hopefully it will help you out, because as I share things about the equipment, then you'll be able to learn and know what to do when you're working on your own Kubota. So let's go ahead and get this thing pulled in there, and we will get the fluids drained, get it changed out, and I'll show you how we do that along the way. Got our drain plug. It's right up under here. Right there. Got an 1 1/16 wrench. Fits this just right. I didn't find the right socket, so got her loose. Get our bucket over here. Pull the dipstick out. Just let it drain a little faster. I don't know how big my tub is here, but I think it'll hold the 3 gallons. Yeah, gonna be good. Alright, we've let her drain for probably 5 minutes or better, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this drain plug back in. And then we'll go around the front side of the back tires and we'll get that filter off and swap it out. Right back here by your mid-mount PTO shaft is your filters, just like an oil filter. I've already changed this one a couple of times throughout its life. But anyway, we got us a genuine Kubota filter to throw back on it with this change, so we'll get it loose and we'll get that swapped out and get her filled back up with fluid. She's snug, but I'm gonna get it by hand. Hey, bud.
Now we're gonna go fishing.
As soon as I get done.
What's that?
Oh, it won't take me long. Just gotta change this filter and fill it back up with fluid.
Why does this take so long?
It doesn't take long, I'm just recording. Alright. New filter.
I'm gonna go see what
Alright. All snugged up, ready to go. Genuine Kubota filter installed. Now let's get $100 worth of fluid poured back in this thing and call it a day. I will also say that drain plug probably is actually a metric size, but I didn't have the proper metric socket to fit it handy, and the 1 1/16 wrench fit it just fine, so that's what I use. But just so you're aware, now the last thing we got to do here is the screen, the filter screen right here. We want to take it loose, so you got a 12mm bolt holding this little cap in here. Get me a screwdriver to pop that out now. There it comes. We're gonna take and go. Get that real good. Alright, now this screen, that goes straight up and down just like that when you go in. That way the filler port, or however that works, lines up just like that. Now, I'll tell you, that screen, when I pulled it out, I don't know if you could see in the picture, but it had a little bit of a few little shavings on it, which I wasn't thrilled to see. I've not had any problems, and I don't think it's anything to be overly concerned about. Let's see here. It's going to go up there like that. But that's why it's important to take that screen out and clean it out and make sure you keep that good and clean. I do that when I did the 50-hour service. I can't remember. It seems like I've done it one other time, so it may have been on the 200-hour as well. All right, that's good and snug. Now we are ready to fill it up with fluid. Those ramps work good for this. I started to jack it up, and then I was like, you know what? Oh, you can get this creeper off the ground over here. Run over. I think it holds 3 gallons, so I'm probably good to just put it all. Yeah, that puts it halfway up the hash mark. So. All right, well, that's gonna about wrap this one up. We got our hydraulic fluid changed, got the filter changed, got the screen cleaned out. Everything's set and ready to go. I am going to take a marker and write on that filter my 278 hours. Of course, I'll have this video as documentation, but since we went ahead and changed it early, we won't have to change the hydraulic fluid at 400 hours as is recommended. But anyway, I thought I'd go ahead and share this. You know, it was kind of a silly mistake on my part not looking at the specifications on that hydraulic fluid I bought, but I wanted to go ahead and share that because, you know, I think a lot of us, we look for convenience, we look for something that's affordable, and so when you go into Rural King, you see hydraulic fluid, you think I ought to be able to buy that and put it in my equipment. But as it worked out, that's not meant for this piece of equipment, and you know, that's like everything else. So I don't fault the manufacturer of that hydraulic fluid. I'm sure it serves a purpose for those that are running some older equipment and that sort of thing. I don't fault Rural King, but I need to pay closer attention. I've been known to cut corners and try to save a buck here and there, but I spent a lot of money on this piece of equipment. I want it to last me for a long time, so I don't want to cut corners there. We got the genuine Super UDT2 Fluid put in it, got us a filter put on there. Everything should be in good order, and hopefully this thing's going to last us a long time. We appreciate y'all watching. If you've got any suggestions for things you'd like to see about the Kubota BX23S or things you're looking for, be sure and comment and let us know so that we can have some more ideas for videos to share with y'all. We appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good night.